Howdy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Detective Conan chapter 995. And last chapter we found out that Ran is going to visit Okita, and oh boy, that's just asking for trouble. And also we have a new murder mystery on our hands, and of course the guy who was murdered was a total prick. And the Nerdigans in the comment section were saying that they believe the waitress did, because remember, he was hitting on her big time. Anyway, let's get to this chapter and see what happens next. Oh, 5 more files to go for 1,000. Oh my god. And this chapter is called You Don't Know? Anguished, depressed, worried Conan? Ran's behavior is strange. Conan and Kogoro decide to follow Ran, and it ended up being bad. Sorry-san? Please hold on, Sorry-san. Sorry-san. Yeah, he's dead. This motherfucker's dead. A murder occurs in a cafe where 3 female high school students were having a friendly chat. Stop touching him, eh? Let me take a look. Oh, okay. Ran, the police. Call the police. Yes, and an ambulance as well. No, we only need to call the police, since he's got no pulse. No. Who could have done this? I don't know who did this, but they must possess supernatural strength, since they killed him by wielding such a huge vase, or vase, whatever you want to call it. Adrenaline can do a lot of things. So I don't know if it has to be supernatural strength or not, but we'll see. And they have broken the padlock on the locker as well. Looks like they've taken something from there. Now, how do you think they broke the lock? We're gonna find out. This chapter. Shit. Went too far back. Hold on. Just want to make sure I covered page 6. Yes, okay. It narrows the police at Cafe Rice Flower. Yes, this cafe is called Rice Flower. So you're saying that you came into this room in search of the vase that ended up being used as a murder weapon and found Sari-san? Yes. Something's fishy. Something's fishy. The manager asked me to go search for it, right? Yes. Naomaru Mura Isizu, 27, waitress. And that's who you Nerdigans think is the killer, is this one. One of the vases that we used to keep for decoration near the entrance was missing, so I asked her to go look for it. Hasunuma Tamao, age 40, the manager. And when did the flower vase disappear? Not sure. I usually get here first and clean the cafe, but it was already gone at that time. I left for home last night after closing down the shop, and the vase was there then, right? You two are the only ones with the keys to the cafe, right? No, the keys used to open the cafe. Sari-san had a copy too. And the kitchen staff has keys to the kitchen as well, for when they need to restock. Kitchen? The door near the exit of the changing room. Since it's a bother to unlock all the doors every time we open the cafe, we leave this one unlocked. In that case, go and interview the kitchen staff. Ask them if they spotted anyone walking by after the victim went into the changing room. Got it. You all were at the cafe. Did you see anything? Well, this is an employee-only door, so we have noticed if anyone had come through, but we were all busy talking to each other, so we didn't pay much attention. Maybe you can try the detective who is keeping tabs on us. Did you see anything? No, I didn't. Busted. Kogoro got busted. We didn't see anything, right? Conan's thinking. He's thinking. Oi, brat, eh? I asked, we didn't see anything, right? Yep. Inspector McGuire, I've asked all the kitchen staff. Estimated time of death is about 1.5 to 2 hours ago, and no one came out of the kitchen at that time. I see. So it's got to be either the waitress or the manager. But we'll see. That said, looking from the kitchen's entrance, there's a blind spot where the door to the changing room would be. The staff admit that that they don't know if someone entered the room making use of that blind spot. And it looks like the former chef of this cafe had visited the kitchen to offer some advice at one point. The former chef of the kitchen. It might be him. That would make a lot of sense if it was him too. That's my younger brother. Yes, I did go into the kitchen once to give the cook some advice since my sister asked me to, but I had no idea this guy was even in the changing room. Anyway, the more important reason is that I had no reason to kill him, right? Toshinori, who was 33, the ex-chef of the cafe. I think that's a little bullshit. I think he, like, oh man, it would make sense if he killed him. But knowing Detective Conan, you never know. But you could have predicted that the victim would come here, right? What? The room smells of cigarettes. There's an ashtray full of cigarette butts. They are all from the same brand, and the victim's mouth smelled of cigarettes as well. The victim was a heavy smoker, was he not? You must have known that if you just waited for a bit, he'd come to this room. Yeah. Sarari-san was the only one among our staff who smoked, so I knew that he'd spend a lot of time here. The murder weapon is this vase, right? It might be hollow, but it's still pretty heavy. Nobody on my staff would be able to move it easily. She's right. It weighs as much as a 30 kilo rice pack. Damn, that thing is fucking heavy. If it was filled with water, even I wouldn't be able to move it. But for a man as well built as you, it would be no problem, right? Of course not. It's like she said, look, I've got a luxation from playing grass lap baseball. In my present condition, I wouldn't even be able to hold a frying pan, much less a vase. So it couldn't be him. Unless he's lying, because as Dr. House says, everybody lies. Which means the only one left is, I'm a woman. What? Nothing at all. It could... Yeah, you're a woman, true, but you are definitely bulky. You probably could lift that vase. But anyway, by the way, the locker with the broken padlock, did it belong to the victim? Yeah, it was Sari-san's locker. Maybe it was the contents of the locker that the criminal had his eye on. Looks like someone rummaged through it. Any idea what could have been stolen? No clue. He's the one who might have known. Why does this locker have a padlock anyway? He put it there when he started working here. I just figured he was a very cautious man. But it's been broken in such a bold manner. How would someone break it like that? That's a good question. Does this cafe have a toolbox? Yes, it's inside the shelf. What's inside is pliers, a hammer, screwdriver, and a wrench. You can break open a padlock with these. Yes. It's also got screws and nails. Hey, wait. What's underneath? I just remembered. There's this really important thing that Sarari-san keeps in his locker. His tablet PC. He always writes stuff on it during his smoke breaks. Maybe that was stolen. Well, remember that critic that was in the restaurant? Yeah. Well, what would he write on it? I asked him, but he never answered. It was that blog of his. That bastard, he had a food eatery review blog under the name Full Stomach Professor, and he'd use it to write nonsense about rival cafes. I know that blog. He had an interesting writing style. That's why he was so famous, right? Oh, really? So that's why he was so full of himself. My cafe isn't... That's why I'm thinking it's this guy. I think this motherfucker's lying about his wrist. This guy is doing it. I think this guy might have done it. Even he could be lying about his wrist, and he has definite motive to do it. My cafe is in dire straits because of that blog of his. I see. That's why you stopped Sonoko-kun from giving away the address of Cafe Poirot, which she said had tastier sandwiches. Yeah. Excuse me, but you two are siblings, yes? But your surnames are different. Are you married, ma'am? No, I'm getting married next month. Well, my brother's soon-to-be father-in-law is very stubborn. I can't give away my daughter, and the heiress of this cafe is what he said, so I had to adopt her family name. I had no choice. Speaking of which, Isuzu-chan's family cafe, which is affiliated with my cafe, it's not a victim of that man's blog, right? Yeah, it's staying afloat for now. We're making very little profit as it is, and are drowning in debt on top of that. Or perhaps you're only putting on a brave face and it's actually sunk, which is why you killed him out of hatred. Then I would have complained just as Motsu-san did. Besides, I'm nothing but eye candy at my family's cafe. I had no idea that Sarari-san was keeping such a blog. To think you lived with this guy for a year. Hey, stop that. That's got nothing to do with this. Live together? You mean you used to share a place with the victim? I'm telling you, it's the brother. He did it. He fucking did it. Yes, well, that was 5 years ago. Perhaps he was trying to extort from you by threatening to show your fiancé some embarrassing pictures of you. He was blackmailing you, right? Ha! Well, he's already done so many terrible stuff on his blog, I wouldn't put it past him. He wasn't short on money to do that. In fact, he was going to become the manager after I resigned due to my marriage. He mentioned that to me as well, that he'd become the next manager and that I didn't have to worry for money if I agreed to become his woman. That's why, again, I think the brother did it because he wants to be the manager of the restaurant. Then the criminal has to be the former chef. And how exactly could I have brought that vase here? I handed my keys in when I quit as the chef. Why, that's easy if you had the keys then. You could have made a copy, right? I tell you, my wrist is dislocated. I don't know. I think he's lying. Let me know if you guys think he's lying. Just something tells me is that he's lying. Maybe you're not injured at all and just tied the bandage on your wrist in order to trick us. I had the luxation before the wrist was bandaged. Call the hospital and ask. They'll have the copy of the x-ray. I see. So that's how it is. Problem is, with a trick like that, any one of those three could have done it. So who? Hey, Rand, doesn't he seem a little off to you? What? Look there. The brat in glasses. He's not doing his usual or his this is strange. He's not interrupting the investigation at all. Yeah, but looks like Conan is thinking about the case in his own way, though he's making scary faces too. What? You don't get it? Yeah, I don't get it, not one bit. Uh-oh, Conan is stumped. He's like us. I'm leaning towards the brother. Like, the brother has so much motive. It is just screaming that he did it. But, I don't know. Now, I figured out the trick. Too bad I still don't know who the culprit is. Culprit? I figured that out the instant we came into... the instant we came into the changing room. The gist of the trick, that is. So... when you say you don't get it, I meant Nichan's trip, of course. Why? Oh my god, Conan was thinking about that the whole time? Oh my god. Conan, of course you were. Oh my gosh. Not a usual trip experience, but one that I'll understand when I grow up. What in the world could it be? That one? Worried Conan's interest lies not in the case, but in Rand's behavior? Next issue, the resolution, but whose deduction will it be? That's a good question. I got a feeling we're going to get Conan's deduction on this one, but I'm not sure. But it's got to be the brother. It just has to be the brother. Next chapter, we'll find out who it is, but I'm curious what you nerdigans think. Do you think it's the brother? Do you guys still think it's the waitress? Or do you think it's the manager? I'm leaning towards the brother. We'll see the MacGyver-like trick next week. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel. From me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!